Are you still selling?
Yeah, so I still have the business. What we did about 7 years ago, I was still working. We retired my wife. She was a school teacher. The business outgrew her salary. So with the kids, we brought her home. And then with me, with the state police, with the business growth, I did 22 years. I was the incident commander. I ran all police, fire, and medical operations for the U.S. Open in golf in 2020. It was in New York, and it was a 2-year planning event. So I finished my career with that. And then I retired because we had this business, which we still have. But at the same time, I also had this new chapter of, David, your message, you need to be a speaker. And I could not be a captain and run a county and have a direct sales, a big direct sales business, and be a speaker all at once, and be a dad, right? And be a husband. So if I did not have my business and I did not have this pulling in my heart to follow being a speaker, I would still, beyond the state police, I don't regret one bit of it because I'm enjoying and loving what I'm doing now.
I think those 22 years on the force was like a graduate course in the University of Adversity.
I've seen a lot, and I went through many different ranks. I was a road trooper answering 911 calls. Then I got promoted to investigator, which is our detective division. And I dealt from whether it was, sex offense cases, murder cases, violent murder cases, many different cases. Then when I moved up through the ranks and made lieutenant, I ran a bunch of undercover units from organized crime and money laundering and large-scale drug rings. And then when I became a captain, I ran the whole state police operations for Westchester County in New York, and we handled 400,000 to 500,000 911 calls a year, whether it was from a leadership perspective of being a leader, at the same time building a large direct sales business and learning how to lead and duplicate leadership, or facing adversity with my best friend. And, I've gotten hurt on the job and, fighting with people. I mean, just a lot, talking to people, building relationships in business. There's just so much life experience I've been through that I had. And then I applied it to this thing. I had the ability to go on stage, and kind of that's where it's culminated to.
And the astonishing thing to me is that it didn't wear you down. It didn't wear you out. It energized you. And I was wondering, how can you make that transformation when you face so much adversity, dealing with people that are really bad, rotten apples in the barrels?
I am super strict on the stuff that I consume and my habits every day, meaning my morning routine. Most people wake up and we go right to this and we scroll social media and we go to the news. And for me, like, I have learned through my business success, back when I started, they said, David, one of the most important things out of the 3 vital behaviors, one of them is personal development. And I fought that for 2 years thinking I don't need that. But once I started reading books, whether it's John Maxwell, Darren Hardy, Brendan Bouchard, Tony, all these amazing authors, and I started saying, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to start my day and read 10 minutes a day. I'm not going to go to my inbox, which is somebody else's agenda. I'm going to shut my notifications off. I'm going to give 10 minutes a day. And then when I'm driving in the car on the way to work, I'll make my car a mobile university and I'll listen to positive podcasts or even motivational YouTube videos. And I have to tell you, this, I believe, is the most important muscle in your body, is the brain. And when you put garbage in, garbage out. So for me, I took ownership to say, if I want to be the best dad and person at work, I got to take care of myself first, because we can't pour from an empty cup, right? Even to this day, my morning routine is very structured, whether from meditation to consuming the right things to, prayer that I do, and then exercise. All of that is, to answer your question, is why I think I'm able to go out and do what I do, because, that's how disciplined I am with my routine.
I think you have one key asset that I can see from the outside looking in, which is enthusiasm.
And that's what I feel separates me. When people say, David, what makes you different than any other motivational speaker? And I believe it's the energy I bring and the person and how I am on stage and how I command the stage and the impact I make. I really believe that.
That's awesome. You have a very powerful message that a lot of people need to hear. Where can they learn more?
My website, David Atkins Speaks, davidAtkinsSpeaks.com. You can find me on there. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You'll see me online. Absolutely.